Today we're going to take a look at one of the most futuristic robot vacuums I've ever seen. Something that honestly feels like it stepped straight out of the Jetsons or a sci-fi movie. If you told me 10 years ago that my vacuum cleaner would have a mechanical arm capable of picking up socks and moving shoes around the house, I'd probably laugh at you and then I'd ask you if I could ride in your flying car too, but here we are. Meet the Roborock Saros Z70. Now, when you first hear about a robot with a mechanical arm that tidies your floor, it's hard not to wonder, is this genuinely useful or just an expensive gimmick and a flashy party trick? Well, let's find out more. Now, at first glance, it looks very similar to the Roborock 10R, and it is essentially a Roborock 10R with a twist, a 5-axis mechanical arm. The Z70's arm can pick up socks and small items up to 300 grams and place them in a bin that comes with a robot. It can also move shoes to a designated area of your map, very handy for tidying up potentially. And one of the cooler features, after it's done mopping, it can go back, move your shoes to an area that was previously mopped to mop under them, which is pretty cool. And yes, the first time I saw that happen, I just stood there thinking, okay, that is pretty cool. Now, the arm is equipped with OmniGrip technology, which includes precision sensors, a dedicated camera, and an LED light. It can actually determine the position, surroundings, and even the weight of the item it's trying to grab. And that's a lot of tech going into what looks like a mini claw machine. And if you ever wanted to control a crane as a kid, like I did, you're going to love the manual control feature in the app. You can literally move it around, switch the camera on the arm itself, open the claw, grab something. That's very, very fun. Not much usefulness I can see in the manual mode. You're better off grabbing stuff yourself and organizing them or moving that away. But yeah, it sure is fun. Expensive fun, but fun nonetheless. Now, it's not perfect. The arm is still limited to picking up just a few things like socks and shoes, and it doesn't always get it right. Sometimes it misses the item or fumbles the drop-off or doesn't find the bin. So it is a hit or miss right now, but that's likely software territory, and I'm confident that this will improve over time with software updates. And it should also, I'm hoping at least, start recognizing more objects as well. Another thing is that it's slow, but it's meant to work in the background while you're out. The idea is that instead of tidying the floor before cleaning, the robot does the tidying for you. That's the long-term vision, at least. And if you have kids or pets and constantly have things around and toys and shoes and socks, the potential here is huge. Now, outside of the mechanical arm, the Z70 is packed with clever features, very similar to the 10R. For starters, it's ultra thin, less than 8 centimeters or 3.14 inches. It also doesn't have the LiDAR tower on top, which means it can fit under beds and furniture without a problem, and that was really nice to see, as every single robot vacuum that I've tested that has a LiDAR tower can never go under my bed, so that was nice. In terms of navigation, it has StarSight 2.0, it navigates and avoids obstacles with 3D sensing LiDAR and cameras and AI. It's pretty good, though not perfect. In my obstacle course, it was a hit and miss with the poop. While it did recognize it, it did miss it sometimes or touched it, which meant if it was actual poop, it might have been spreading that shit around, quite literally. It did a really good job with other obstacles, including cables, though it did occasionally get tangled with the cables. So I found the navigation was great, but not perfect. The prize for that, by the way, goes to the Narwhal for You, the Ultra, which was, dare I say, near perfect in navigation and obstacle avoidance. And I did review that on the channel, and you can click here to watch that review if you're interested. So while the Roborock was not as great in navigation and obstacle avoidance as the Narwhal, the Z70 was still pretty good, with some room for improvement. That said, in real-world daily cleaning and in the dozen or so runs that I sent it out on, it typically managed to avoid getting stuck, which was good to see. The robot also have what they call the Adaptalift chassis that allows it to lift itself up to 4 centimeters or about 1.57 inches to get over double layered thresholds, And during cleaning, the chassis itself can lift up to 10 millimeters and the mops themselves can lift up to 22 millimeters to avoid getting carpets wet. But Roborock went even further. The Z70 can actually drop the mops entirely before cleaning carpets. So instead of relying solely on the mop lift, which works well typically on low-pile carpets but can still leave high-pile carpets a little damp, the robot can simply drop the mops off at the dock, clean the carpets, and return back to the base to pick them up when it's done. And that's actually pretty neat. The mopping system itself is good, dual spinning mops. The right mop has the mop extend, so it extends outwards to reach edges, and so does the side brush. It extends outwards to reach corners. And once back on the dock, it has 80 degrees Celsius hot water mop washing and 55 degrees Celsius warm air drying of the brush rolls or the mopping pads, and automatic detergent dispensing, which are all great to have. As for the cleaning performance, I ran my usual stress test. Dried ketchup and coffee stains left out for 12 hours. Now, this is not something most robot vacuums are built for. As I always say, robot vacuums are for more routine and daily cleaning, not for deep cleaning. But I like pushing these machines to see what they're capable of. The Z70 did well with the coffee. It took just a few passes to get that out. Edge cleaning was also surprisingly solid. It got fairly close to the edge, as you can see, thanks to that extending mop. It did miss a bit towards the end, as you can see here, but that's probably because the wall ends there, so it kind of messed up with the navigation, but generally, the edge cleaning was pretty solid. Now with the ketchup, that's a very tough stain. Even wet and dry vacuums that are far more powerful than a robot vacuum tend to need dozens of passes to get that out. So not surprisingly, the Roborock didn't get much of that stain out, but I was more interested in seeing if it recognizes those stains and comes back to remop them, as that's one of the features this has. And in a way, it did. It did go to the base, wash up the mops, and did a second remop run, but it stopped there while the stains were still evidently there. So I manually sent it out to clean again, and this time around I set it in the app to clean twice. It got more of the ketchup out, but not by much, so I sent it out a third time, and again it got even more of the ketchup out, but not all of it. So do keep in mind, as I said, dried ketchup is a very tough stain, so I wouldn't really hold it against the robot, but I was curious to see how it would perform. One area where I was less impressed was the anti-hair tangle on the brush roll. Unlike the 10R, which uses a Duo Divide roller brush, the D70 has a new brush with built-in teeth to reduce tangling. In theory, it sounds great. In practice, it struggled a bit. After the hair tangle test, where I put long strands of hair on the floor, there was a good amount of hair still wrapped around the brush roll, as you can see. So here are my final thoughts. There's no question this is a very cool piece of tech. Probably the coolest robot vacuum I've ever tested. Tech is impressive, the design is clever, and the mechanical arm is genuinely a fun and futuristic addition. And the vacuum itself is full-featured and capable, but if you're asking whether this is a must-have right now, no, not yet. The Roborock Saros Z70 is a first-gen product. Amazing to watch, fun to use, but still in its infancy. It's not quite a game changer in its current form. The arm has promise, but its usefulness is still limited today, in my opinion. Now, if you're an early adopter with a soft spot for futuristic tech, and you've got the budget for this because this isn't cheap, then this is something you'll probably love playing with. But for everyone else, I would recommend holding off a little while longer. Maybe take a look at the 10R that gives you all of the same core cleaning features, minus the robotic arm, for a lot less money. So yeah, the potential here is massive. This could be the beginning of a new category of truly autonomous home robot vacuums, and I can't wait to see how this technology evolves and improves in the coming months and years, and how the competition responds. So that the future is definitely coming, it's just taking a few slow robotic steps to get there. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll put links in the description so you check the price at the moment you're watching this review. These are affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase it, I would appreciate it if you would go through these links. I may earn some commission on some purchases at absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. As always, if you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.